You're watching Go Hills TV, powered by JBS. Time for our Indian Hills postgame show, where the Warriors won it tonight, 112-72. At one point, we were down 5-0. Yeah. And that obviously irritated us a little bit. We're down here on the floor of the Hellier Center tonight for a postgame because there's a reception, a Hall of Fame reception in the Booster Club room tonight. But we're excited to be down here, and so we will be passing the mic back and forth. I'm going to hand it over to Coach Hank Plona and get his initial thoughts and opening comments on the 112-72 win tonight.
Yeah, so after 5-0, I guess we went on a 112 to 67 run. So there we go. No, I mean, obviously we've kind of talked about, I don't know, the elephant in the room, which feels like how we play here. It's a hard thing to figure out because, like, you like to say that where you play or when you play or who, it doesn't really matter, but it seems to have been an issue for us. So we've tried to, I thought we played well the last two games. I thought we kind of figured out a couple things. Just kind of made the game a little bit more simple and tried to focus a lot more on what we do well and less on what their team does. So we've kind of gotten maybe in a little bit of a groove doing that, but it was really good to come back into the Hellier Center and play well. I just think sometimes I think we've almost thought that, okay, because we're home, the fans are going to help us through, and, we can just kind of, and like, you can't approach a game like that. Like, we have to communicate on the floor. We have to play at full speed. We have to stick together. We have to have each other's backs 3 times a possession, and it's obvious when you're on the road because, we're at Triton and there's 500 people there and nobody wants us to win, and here everybody wants us to win. So there's just some comfort, and obviously I think as we learn tonight, hopefully, our guys see that, man, like, our fans really will help us win when we play like that, but it's the product on the floor that creates the result. So I was very, very happy and proud and pleased with the guys for how we came out tonight and how we stuck together and the speed and the pace and the unselfishness that we played with. And I thought it was a really, really good team win for us.
We did get down 5-0, and then it seemed like we were defensively. I mean, you've always said if you're not having luck on offense, it's probably because you're not playing good enough defense. It seemed like we really turned up the energy then defensively, and from my standpoint, it looked like the guy that was right in the middle of everything was this guy, Dre Harris. So talk a little bit about his performance tonight, and were you seeing what I was seeing in that first half, that most of their 21 turnovers, as it turned out to be in the game, a good portion of those were caused in some way, if not completely, by this guy?
Yeah, I thought so for sure. And I guess I'd throw Enoch Colombe in there as well. I thought the two of them, Big Bro Dre and Little Bro Enoch, so, they, that's kind of what they do. But I thought they brought a lot of energy. And we've been trying to, they don't shoot the ball from 3 a ton. They drive to the basket a lot more, so we really tried to collapse when they drove the ball. And, yeah, I thought Dre did that the best. I thought Enoch probably did that the second best. When they created a lot of loose balls that we were able to take and really fast break and go the other way. And I think these guys are starting to have success, enjoy it, and do well when we play with very, very fast pace going on offense.
All right, well, let's talk to this guy. Dre, this is the third game in a row that you've been in the starting lineup. It seems like you kind of like being in the starting lineup.
Yes, I like helping set the tone of the game, so it's fun.
All right, talk to me about, we talked about you being in the middle of things defensively. So I guess your thoughts on that tonight, and I guess from your standpoint, how you feel like you played.
I feel like defensively I played good. We had them scared, so turnovers started to get a little easy to make because they were always worried about where the help coming from. So, yeah, it was fun.
So in these last few games, you've obviously played very, very well. How do you think your game has progressed? How are you better now than you would have been in October, November?
I think I got better because of the stuff like off the court. I don't think I was like ever bad. Like I just had a lot of stuff going off the court, so I was hesitating and being nervous, and Coach Hank helped me get out of that.
You feel like you guys are in position to take this thing home down the home stretch and be ready for a postseason run, as far as it looks like we're starting to figure some things out, playing unselfish, those sort of things. Do you get the sense as a team that you guys feel like you're getting things figured out?
Yeah, and we say it a lot, like we starting to figure it out. I think everybody real focused now on our main goal, which is like Hutch. So I think we got it.
All right, Coach, this Kankakee is second in Region 4. It's not a bad basketball team. We're going to see them again in February. I would suspect they'll be circling that date as maybe we've circled the one to go to Highland next week. But let's take a look ahead at next week. And we got 3 games in a week with that makeup game, starting off with DMAC. Your thoughts on what you know about them, or if you've had a chance to pay any attention to them yet?
Yeah, and I'll answer that in 30 seconds just to follow up on Dre. You know, like I think what he said, like Dre, I agree with him 100%, and I don't even know if he believes me at first when I said, yeah, man, I know you're a good player. Like, you know, I think I remember when I think Dre did a couple things in Arizona. I think somebody said, man, Dre, no, Dre's a really good player, you know. But I think sometimes Dre wanted to be perfect instead of just trust his instincts and make the play, you know. And you got to play with and it can be hard. I mean, we have a lot of guys. It's a new system. It's a new place. All these guys, Dre included, put a lot of pressure on themselves to do well. So you don't want to make mistakes, you know. I try. Sometimes I use Braxton as the example. I mean, Braxton makes mistakes, but he confidently does what he does. Whatever decision he makes is with a lot of confidence and a lot of speed. And Drake does the same thing, you know. So now that Dre's kind of letting loose and playing, he didn't play perfect, but he played aggressive. He played confident. He's moving. He's athletic, you know, and he can really help our team. And I don't think it's a coincidence that we've been playing a little bit better since Dre's been in the mix. I think he's been a big part of that improvement. To get back to this week, I mean, yeah, DMAC won at Marshalltown by 25 last week. I know that. I know they won a national title last year. I know that. I know they came down here and beat us last year. I know that. You know, so like they're a good basketball team. They're very well coached. They'll be a little more structured. They'll be a little more, you know, they'll have tricks and counters and everything like that. And we have to make sure we don't have to memorize everything they're going to do, but we've got to know that there's going to be a lot of wrinkles to what they do. We got to trust ourselves and to react, you know, and to use our speed and athleticism and toughness and aggressiveness to win the game. So I haven't watched them play. So, you know, they have a really good guard that was at NEO last year that I know hit 9 threes in the Marshalltown game. They have some talent. And obviously I think we really respect Sauk Valley as well. So, you know, obviously the Highland game, yeah, I mean, you always want to play a team that beats you. But, man, we have our work cut out for us this week and 2 more games, but also 2 more opportunities to continue to get better and hopefully, as Dre was saying, kind of figure it out and kind of build our confidence and what hopefully could be a run into March.
Another 24 for Javon Hadley, so I'll just throw it right back at you. That's 19, 24, 24. Comment on him as he has another tremendous offensive output.
Comment on Javon.
He's a killer.
Javon too has just found his comfort and he's being aggressive, and I think slightly different than Dre, but same concept. I think Javon didn't want to make any mistakes. So, like, when I think when we started, Javon wanted to make sure we ran the play the right way. Yeah, but Javon, if you can rip it one dribble and score, that works too, you know. And now he's playing with a lot of confidence and he's being a complete player. You know, I mean, he was playing point guard at times and he was the biggest guy on the floor at times. And there's not a lot of guys that can play 1 through 5 and guard 1 through 5, and even more so are willing to do that. A lot of guys will say, well, no, I'm not this or I'm not. He is willing to do anything and play anywhere, guard anybody, you know, and his kind of, you know, he's probably been our leader from the start, you know, because I've seen that in him from the start, that he's willing to do those things. And now it's kind of clicking for him. And obviously, you know, him playing at a very, very high level makes us a better basketball team.
All right, Warriors win at 112-72. We'll be back here at home against DMAC on Tuesday, and then again at home on Wednesday against Sauk Valley. That's a makeup from December. And then we're on the road over in Illinois next Saturday. And we get 3 games next week, a lot of basketball action. And we have wrestling on Go Hills TV next Friday, the co-ed clash. So very busy week on Go Hills TV. Hall of Fame night, and certainly put on a great show for the Hall of Famers and the entire crowd here tonight. That's going to do it for us on Go Hills TV, powered by JBS.
Go Warriors!